All right, y'all. So let's talk about this. So I want to talk about Deontay Wilder, and I want to talk about Derek Chisora, and I want to talk about Anthony Joshua. So we want to connect the dots. Let's go back to when Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua were undefeated. We know why the fight didn't happen. We know about all the back and forth, the people up from the outside pointing their fingers and overlooking facts and going with, their imagination and a bunch of fake stuff, right? So let's skip past the money, the fake 50 million. Let's get past the guaranteed 120 million. Let's get past all of that, right? And let's go to this point before I can move on to the next one. Let's go to this point of how all of the people in the States, how all of the Wilder fans called Derek Chisora a bum. This was way back then. He ain't beat nobody. He ain't never did nothing. Oh man, he's one-dimensional, right? Luis Ortiz is better than everybody on AJ's record. Yo, he's better than all those British fighters. The only thing they got is Fury. And Fury this and Fury that. Then all of a sudden, Fury fights Wilder. They call the first one a draw. Second and third one wasn't even, he basically just went there and wrecked him, especially in the second one. But he went there and he beat him again and again. So then they started calling Fury and Wilder the two best heavyweights. Only Fury can beat Wilder. Yeah, he was accused of cheating, so you shouldn't even say only Fury can beat him if he cheated, right? But this is what they said. They never brought up Derek Chisora's name. They never, seen him as worth anything. But he talked a lot, and whenever he fought, they basically complained about him. They had nothing but negative things to say about him. He fights Usyk. Nobody thinks Usyk is going to be able to hang with the big boys in the heavyweight division. He's too small. He don't hit hard enough, and all these things. Well, not only is this generation of heavyweights not all that good, Usyk is good. But it just goes to show you what I'm saying. See, when you call somebody an all-time great due to accomplishments, as opposed to who they accomplished it against, all this stuff is subjective to people. See, because bias will always be a part of people's opinions. Then you have a lot of people who, I don't know what their eyes see, but they feel like people are better than what they are. I told you most of these fighters don't fight to their physical gifts, their strengths. They most of them don't. But here's the thing. Derek Chisora wasn't even a part of the conversation when it came to fighting anybody in the heavyweight division, as far as the people in the States were concerned. And then they agree with Paulie. Paulie Malignaggi said British fighters fight at a certain level, but they're not all-time greats. Like British fighters don't dominate. British fighters don't do, like the Americans did, and right. This is all the stuff that Paulie said. The Americans was throwing dirt on Derek Chisora, taking shots at him. All of these guys, all of them. Somehow Tyson Fury was an exception. And this is around the time when he said Joe Kawasaki was overrated and all that. And he started telling how the British fighters don't have that dog in them. They fight like gentlemen and all of that stuff. Okay, so let's fast forward. Derek Chisora, he fights Tyson Fury and he says, I can't go on like this. It's time to retire. I'm too old for this shit. Same exact thing he said at the end of the fight with Wilder. He's too old for this, and he claimed he's going to retire, right? But a guy who already said, I can't go on like this, who walked into a fight against Deontay Wilder with 13 losses already. What did he have left in the tank? Why do you think I personally said, for what Wilder's trying to do, he needs to fight Derek Chisora? Y'all think it's just a coincidence he chose Derek? I told you, he has respect on his name, but he's finished. He's not worth a shit anymore. And they're gonna bring up, oh, he's always in a tough fight. Yo, he always bring that war. Right. So this is my whole thing, and it makes Wilder look better to fight people like that, and especially being that he's washed up himself, and even at best he was mediocre. That's why I chose him. And like I said, if he doesn't want if the AJ fight can't happen right away, who did I say should be next? Dillian White. After Dillian White, if they're still not on the table, Joe Joyce. Wilder wants the lottery ticket fight. We know that. But let's go back. When he didn't want to sign the contract to fight Zhang, and Zhang was like, yo, don't overthink it, just sign the contract, right? Remember, he didn't. He gets knocked out. I don't remember exactly when it was, but Derek Chisora called Wilder a pussy. Remember that? He's a pussy. And then somehow these motherfuckers become good friends now, right? Fury, who he claimed cheated and he's going to do a documentary and all this other stuff, right? What does he do? He tolerates him. He tolerates him, but he has this hatred towards AJ. I don't know if his ex-girlfriend complimented AJ or said something about AJ, or he caught her looking at AJ photos or something on Instagram. I don't know, but it's something like a jealousy thing with this dude. He calls him a pussy. He don't have a problem with Derek Chisora, though, right? It's okay. I'm saying all that to say this. This whole roller coaster ride of AJ and Wilder supposed to fight, this happened, that happened, this happened, that happens, or this the reason why. Well, we know. Hey, we got 50 million. Take it or leave it. Nope, no meeting. Nope, no business talk, nothing. Just take it or leave it. Versus, hey, we got 120 million for you, man. 2 fights with AJ, 1 fight with Dominic Brazil. Guaranteed. How much AJ make? We can't tell you that. Oh, well then, no deal. That came out of his mouth and Shelly Finkel's mouth. Only thing came out of Eddie Hearn's mouth when it came to the 50 million is, okay, you got our attention now. Let's see the escrow account. No, we're not doing all that. Just take it or leave it. Now, why was business being done so shady? Because, see, yeah, right. An idiotic Wilder fan would find some stupid nonsense to try to hold on to try to use as, bullshit. He called Anthony Joshua a buck dancer for the white man in Eddie Hearn. But Shelly Finkel's a white man. So is he buck dancing for him? And then let's not forget, for the Zhang fight, he went over there and he buck danced for Eddie Hearn after calling him the enemy. But he has this hatred towards AJ. Okay, cool. Let's skip past that and let's go to this. Okay, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, you guys have to win your fights in order for you to fight each other for this 50 million. So AJ, I need you to beat Wale. Wilder, I need you to beat Joseph Parker. That's the way this works. You guys win, the fight's on. AJ won his fight. Wilder got beat up. Now when you let the words come out of your mouth I'm thinking we still fighting. Man, they don't want to fight. What world do you live in? So, if you go apply for a job, and they put a schedule up and they tell you, all right, your hours is going to be, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Weekends off. We don't work weekends here. Would you show up on Saturday or Sunday anyway? And say, oh, well, just in case, man, I'm thinking we still working. Why? Wasn't the instructions explained to you? So why would you show up just in case? That would be stupid, right? Exactly. And it's the same thing. You were explained. The rules and regulations, everything was explained to both fighters, but somehow Wilder thought they were still fighting. Delusional. Entitlement. How you still fighting? You went there and got beat up by Joseph Parker. Then he goes in there and he gets stretched by Zhang. Somehow, this guy feels like boxing keeps bypassing him. They keep throwing this dude chances. I mean, Turkey Ali Sheik went there and lied to his face. You're going to do it. I know it. I can tell. I can see it in your eyes. I know you're going. Yeah. I don't know what he thought he saw, but Zhang knocked it right out. Whatever was in your eyes, Zhang knocked it out your eyes and knocked you on your ass. Now, let's fast forward. Last chance, last dance, right? Wilder's words. Not the commentators, not Aries, not every. Nope, Wilder's words. He comes back after that, fights a guy ranked 238 in the world. Look horrible. Then he turns around and says, now, he was injured before. Now he's healthy. He's healed. Okay. So he goes in there against Derek Chisora. I chose Derek Chisora, Dillian White. Let me say it again, okay? And Joe Joyce, because they're not worth a shit anymore, neither is Wilder. But at least they have respect on their names. That's the best chances that Wilder have of winning again in 3 different fights. So he beats Chisora in a split decision. I seen a couple of videos like thumbnails, match of the decade, match of the century, I'm like, I can tell you motherfuckers can't fight. If you thought you saw a good fight, bro, listen to me. I already explained this to y'all, but I'm going to reiterate. Last weekend, we saw 2 slow old men with no footwork, no defense, sloppy punches, falling, getting pushed through ropes. Wilder claimed he didn't get hit, but he tripped. All this shit. The referee is all over the place trying to get control of the fight. Sloppy work. When you look at the quality of a fight, 2 fighters going in there giving their all, right? I knew, because of the way Chisora fight and the way that Wilder fight, more than likely it would be a whole lot of punches thrown and missed, just like it was. Some connected, slow, reaching, no ring IQ. I knew that. And I also knew, didn't know where the fight was going to be, but figured if he did fight against any of them, it would be in the UK. That was my suggestion. And I know that the UK fans were going to go crazy for every punch thrown. You sit down and watch that fight and you tell me that was a great fight. You are a great dummy. You don't know how to fight yourself. I see Derek Chisora, Lily, and I mean, all of this shit. I'm watching both of them miss punches, swinging wild, no footwork. Wilder don't even know where he's supposed to be. He backs, he don't even know how his feet's supposed to be positioned, how to pivot. He don't know how to turn, and he don't know how to do anything. I'm just watching like it looked like 2 old guys was sitting in the garage and start talking shit to each other and just went and got the gloves, and neither one of them fought in over 20 years. That's what that shit looked like. That was a mess of a fight. But it's what Wilder needed. Because the same delusional shit y'all is saying, it's what he needed. Give him some momentum going into the next fight. But that's also the reason he might wind up really getting hurt bad. Whatever happens to any of these fighters, hey, it's the life you chose, right? But Wilder, he did something that was cowardly. But you content creators tried to make it sound like it was something else. You know what y'all did? Y'all did exactly what Tony Yayo did. Tony Yayo and his boy Murder made it sound like Ja Rule got on the plane and was scared. Yo, we good? We good? We good? Like, nah, Ja Rule got on the plane. He called them two old bitch ass niggas. He was sitting directly in front of him. And yo, let's shake. But they made it sound like Ja Rule was like on some chicken shit. Like he was, right? But then they resorted to, I ain't messing up the money, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no more overseas and what, right? So that's why y'all grown ass men should have just shut the fuck up and leave that shit alone. Motherfucker throw a pillow at him and everything. And you hear him even telling the steward, he threw a pillow at me. He threw a pillow, right? But he made it sound like they came in there, you mad and just rock shit. That ain't what happened. That's what y'all did. Y'all got thumbnails saying shit like, Deontay Wilder steps to Anthony Joshua. He confronts Anthony Joshua. He sets the record straight with him. What did he do? All he did was he see AJ, they walking past, they lock eyes, and Wilder goes, let's make it happen. Let's do it, And AJ just stares at him as he's walking past. And Wilder waits till he get way down away from him and goes, here, bitch, to the guy he's walking next to. So wait. Let's back up. Why didn't he say, hey, AJ, you a bitch. Let's make it happen. I'm going to fuck you up. Why he ain't say that to AJ's face? Why didn't he walk up to AJ and say, hey, are you going to be a bitch or we going to fight? Or whatever it may be, right? But the reality is, he don't even have a reason to talk like that. Because he got his ass kicked by Parker, then by Zhang. And it's because of the Parker loss that the fight never happened with AJ. At that time. Why wait till he walk away? Why wait till you walk and get way away from him? And then say it low as hell on top of that. Yeah, bitch. You hear him say it to the guy he's walking next to. I'm like, yeah, there's some resentment for whatever reason I don't know and I don't care. But you see, all that emotional shit gets you knocked out. Let's look at this shit, right? Anthony Joshua has been an ambassador of the sport for the longest time. He doesn't like to bring dirt to the sport. He doesn't like to put family issues in there. We know what happened with his two friends and himself with the car accident and his two friends dying, right? And AJ says this fake ass condolence shit, right? Wilder says this fake condolence to him, But here's the thing, right? AJ don't need to put dirt out there. He don't need to make up excuses. He just take the wins and the losses and he keep it pushing. Whatever's going on, keep it pushing, right? Wilder's all over the place on some diva shit, telling everybody about his personal business, and the chick took his sperm and injected it in herself and all this crazy shit. He keep claiming the documentary's coming out. He's gonna expose Fury and all this. He's saying all this diva shit. Two different beasts, but one claiming to be some African warrior, but he's always in his feelings and emotional. Celebrate your win, Wilder. Celebrate, be glad you fought somebody that's on the same level as you are right now, which is rock bottom, and you want a split decision. Okay. Celebrate your win. Feel good. But when you lie to yourself and your fans lie to you and tell you that you beat a guy that's one of the best in the business, that right now, this was a huge win because you beat a guy that's just as washed up as you are, which means you can get in there with the best of them. We already know you don't want no parts of no damn Fabio Wardley. You don't want any parts of Moses Atama. We know you don't. We know you don't want. You don't want to get in there with Caballero. We know you don't want those fights. Hell, you don't even want to get in there with Daniel Dubois. Now, I'm not against him and AJ. The truth is that fight lost its luster like years ago. Years ago. And the last hurrah was the $50 million fight that Wilder went and got beat up by Parker in. So that would have led to that. If it happens, it happens. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I think should happen if it happens. Because Wilder is toast. He's cooked. AJ should knock this dude out early and easy. No struggles at all. Wilder is so trash. At his best, he was mediocre. He was able to do what he did with the guys that he got in there with. Fury is not who y'all pretend he is either. And this is why, like I said, this generation of fighters is not the same as the 90s and the 70s. It's just not. You know, people can pretend all they want. Talk about the size differences and how big these, that don't mean shit. It doesn't mean a damn thing. Terrence Crawford said he think these guys, this generation is more skilled. Nah, y'all not. You think you are, but no, y'all not. No, y'all not. And I don't see these guys being able to take what they can dish out. We're the guys that we're talking about. We talking about it was so different. So different. But plain and simple. Y'all keep gassing Wilder's head up. Maybe Wilder will end up being one of them fighters that gets severely hurt in the ring. And that's how his career ends, because he has a problem with his pride and ego. He wants AJ, cool. No problem. I'm telling you ahead of time, he's washed up and old. I don't want to hear y'all repeat that shit after AJ knocks his ass out. Because this dude is not even what he was. But I knew Derek Chisora was the right type of opponent for him because of how trash Derek is right now. I don't care what you was 10 years ago. You're not that now. After AJ knocks him out, what y'all gonna say? Oh, he waited for Wilder to get old. Some excuse. Oh, why? Well, why Wilder didn't get a chance to go in the crowd chamber this time? Why? What excuse y'all gonna make next? Because y'all are making excuses for him, and then he'll run with y'all excuses. But what excuses you gonna make next? They do fight. AJ need to pull a Antonio Tarver. Got any questions? Do you know what? Wilder, do you have any excuses tonight? You have any excuses tonight? Because that's what he does. I'm not against them fighting each other. The whole thing with that is he only wants the payday. Maybe he's afraid that he'll lose if he fight Dillian White. There's a possibility he might lose to JoJo. Maybe, who knows? Maybe he feels that way. Now he's telling you guys he'll knock out Anthony Joshua and yeah, he says all that shit. Once some paperwork is done, once some offers are made, once you know it's an actual contract signed, and once things, you know, then we can talk. But just talking doesn't do it. I don't know what AJ's plans are. Who's next for him? I don't know that. So Wilder's name wasn't even in the cards after he got beat by Joseph Parker. And he's busy running around telling everybody how his girl cheated on him and how, you know, all this stuff has nothing to do with boxing. We know that You know, whatever he may be going through financially, and whatever, and him needing to come back to make money, cool, whatever. But just understand this. Nothing, and I do mean nothing, that the fans say can help him in the ring. As I said before, no matter who trains Wilder, he fights exactly the same. In every fight, he fights everybody exactly the same. Wilder just don't know what he's doing in that ring. He simply doesn't know what he's doing in that ring. And when he says he's back, when he starts yelling bomb squad and telling everybody, they're telling him it's a huge win. Okay. Derek Chisora hasn't done anything huge his whole career. He's had a good career. He's had a competitive career. But he's not known for being any real champion and no multi-time champion and no big. He's never been that guy. He's just been a guy that became the measuring stick. Let's see how well you do against Derek. The measuring stick is never the best in the division. So, when you look at this man's career and say, let's look at who the best wins on his record is against. Luis Ortiz, Derek Chisora. What's the Haitian guy named? Stavern. Chris Arreola. Those are the best names on his resume that he's beat. Are any of them all-time greats? Are any of them even great fighters? So my point is, that's his thing, man. So if we go on grade A through D, Wilder's a D. A D minus. There's levels. And all I saw him do was throw. I swear, the right hand, you can compare him to Clubber Lang. You can take movie fighting and put it side by side. You'll go, damn, he really fight like in the movies. Holding his left hand out. Literally just running in, throwing the fucking right hand. Literally just, and I'm like, just shaking my head like, wow, look at this dude, man. Missing all these punches against slow-ass Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora was literally leaning. Check this out. Remember when Malik Scott said against Joseph Parker, right? They was trying to get Joseph Parker to lean forward, right? Chin over his knee. But Joseph Parker was here. He was here with his, right? And so what he would do was when he would throw a punch, he would lunge, he would dip, get Wilder to throw something or lean back, and he would lunge in with his shit. So he's coming in, boom, right? He come in, dip, boom, 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 right? Wilder's tying up, hitting him on the back of the head. This is what he's doing against Derek Chisora. There's a lot of hitting on the break, punching each other in the head on the break, and all that type of shit, right? Derek Chisora, y'all can't see my feet, but he's not getting low, even pawing with the jab to try to, measure the distance to get in. He's literally just walking in like this. This is literally what he's doing. You know what Wilder was doing? Literally punching like this. Wilder goes back, and he's all off balance. Wilder doesn't pivot. Wilder doesn't do this, right? He doesn't do this. He doesn't pivot. Wilder literally leans and turns around. And he's facing this way while his opponent is facing this way. And he's just backing up. And he'll throw a sweeping up hook, or he's looping his uppercut. He's going backwards in one punch at a time. Wilder doesn't, he doesn't do that. Wilder basically just, and when he loads up, literally just over here. And he's coming from the orthodox position, and he doesn't know how to like whap, bam, just turn with that shit. Wilder just basically comes in, slapping with that shit, right? Literally. And what is Derek doing? And y'all call that a great fight? Check this out. Should him and AJ fight next, and after he gets knocked out, what big paydays does he have left? Now, it's his choice to do whatever. It's his business. My point was this. The safest zone you have, and to get attention in that safe zone, Chisora, White, Joyce. Me and Derek never fought. Man called me a pussy. Maybe he didn't understand what was going on. But we got business to take care of. Okay, they had their own little friendship. They're bonding now. I'm going to come out to Alabama and fish and chill. Stay out there for about a week. Yeah, all right. Now, Dillian White, we could have been fought. Deontay, I still got the text messages. You told me you'll freeze me out for 2 years. It's been over a decade. You didn't want to fight. Wilder's going to come back with whatever his excuses were. They're going to have their little word exchange. They're going to talk their bullshit. Let's not forget, Dillian White also holds 2 wins over Derek Chisora. This is a part of their storyline now. The 2 of them can get in there and fight, and it's a build-up. He wins. 2 bridge down, 1 more to go. Joe Joyce, we always been cool, but we got to do this. Now, he beat 3 of them. And all these fights take place in the UK. It's going to turn till we need our hero, Anthony Joshua. We need our hero, Anthony Joshua, to silence this man. They are from the same era. Now, that's to keep Wilder in this safe zone till he finally get in there with AJ and get his ass knocked out. But if he wants to skip White, and I don't mean just talk, if he really wants to skip White and Joyce and also jump in there with AJ now, great. I'm not focused on his money. I'm not focused on his future. I'm looking at it from a realistic standpoint of him saying he's back. He's going to keep fighting. I'm going to go, okay. Because after he loses to AJ, what's left for him to do? Who else do you want to see him fight after that? Because now he fights Dillian White or Joe Joyce after getting his ass beat. It's obvious why. It's obvious why he fought Chisora. Because at the same time, people are going to look and say, well, why you didn't fight Moses? Why you didn't fight Fabio? They from here too. Why you didn't fight them? Why'd you go the route to fight old washed up guys? Because he's old and washed up himself. And that's what I'm saying. You are a D-level fighter. You should fight other D-level fighters. And that is the best way to keep this dude from losing. So since he wants to jump in there, he claimed he wants to jump in there and fight AJ. Good. It should happen. It shouldn't because he didn't earn it. But it should in the sense of him getting his jaw broke, getting knocked out, getting that reality check. Bro, you're not as good as you think you are. You think AJ, you see something in him, and you want that lottery ticket, right? It's nothing else other than that. It's he knows it's possible he'll lose to somebody else, right? I don't want to blow it. So I need either AJ or Usyk to get the kind of money that I want. Or at least the biggest money I'm going to get is going to come against them. I don't think Fury's interested in the 4th fight. I don't even think the fans are. I know I could care less about it. I don't even really care about AJ versus Wilder. I lost interest in that fight a long time ago. Last dance, last chance, right? Yeah, heard him say it. Yeah, as we talk about Wilder. But my whole thing is for Deontay. When people gas your head up, the wrong shit happens. You always break down crying, talking about people don't understand what y'all go through. You're always emotional in your feelings. Every time you talk, it's something about you where it's always a vibe of somehow you got to talk about somebody doing something to you. It's not emotionally stable. You show no improvement in the ring. Hand speed, foot speed, nothing. Ring IQ, nothing. All you ever had was a puncher's chance. I feel like for Anthony Joshua, he needs to knock out Wilder to silence all the bullshit. That's what needs to happen. Now, Wilder continues to fight and do whatever, it's his business. But at least all of the talk and all the accusations and all the assumptions will be over. But if they're too stupid to know how to push Wilder, he's too stupid to know how to push himself to, cool. Y'all got him thinking he's better than he was. Remember when Roy Jones fought Jeff Lacy? And you had some people that was trying to talk like this was still a prime Roy Jones or still a prime Jeff Lacy. But the commentators knew better. Everybody knew Roy was, So, whatever parts of the fight that people found entertaining, especially after Roy went out like he did, and Jeff Lacy was basically never the same after that beating that Joe put on him, right? Who was next after that? Y'all remember? Felix Tito Trinidad. And tell me something. What did Roy Jones say after he fought Trinidad? And he got the victory. Y'all remember? This sound familiar? I told y'all I ain't went nowhere. Still the same Roy Jones. I ain't went nowhere. I told, right? Sometimes you have setbacks. Right? That's what he said, right? Y'all know who came after that? I'll tell you. Joe Calzaghe. And Roy said, Superman meets Super Joe. Not knowing that Super Joe had the kryptonite for him. The thing was, Joe didn't even need the kryptonite. He had that in the bag already. And what ended up happening? After Roy Jones told you all, I told y'all I ain't went nowhere. I'm the same Roy Jones. Okay? Just had some setbacks, right? Wilder says he was injured. He just wasn't healthy. What did he say before he fought Joseph Parker? He said he felt great. Remember all the ayahuasca he was taking off, spiritual enlightenment. Now, remember how he said he felt great? It's the best he felt. He felt like he was really going to knock out Joseph Parker early. Then he said the same thing when he came to fighting against Zhang Zhang. He felt better than he ever did. He this, that. He feel ready. He's right. He feels strong, right? All of these the same thing. Just to end up saying now that he was injured. He wasn't healed back then. And then what ended up happening, right? Roy Jones got in there. He got beat up by Joe Calzaghe. Had some more losses. Lost to Bernard Hopkins. We already know that we know the situation already. Lost a third fight to Tarver. He lost and then Roy Jones ends up telling y'all. He ends up telling y'all he was a depleted fighter after the first Tarver fight. So, because you lost weight for the rest of your career, you was just depleted. Does that sound like a durable guy to you? Does that sound like somehow you just forgot how to box and everything, huh? Nah. Your legs were gone. It had nothing to do with the weight loss. Your legs were gone. See, when he fought John Ruiz, Roy kept doing something every round that was smart. If you watch it, See, John Ruiz is up here. Roy's right here, right? Roy Jones already do this shit, right? To get lower, right? So now the taller fighter has to punch down. John Ruiz is a stupid fighter anyway. And John Ruiz, try to get power in his shots. He come in and he's lunging, and Roy would just back, turn his head, hold him, right? Tie him up, and then walk back to the rope. But every time they would tie up, you know what he would do? Roy would walk around the referee. So it might not look like much to y'all, but now the ref got to turn around and find Roy. Okay, hey, right? He did it every time. And John Ruiz wasn't aggressive. This is who he is. John Ruiz didn't know how to rough this little guy up. He didn't know. He was getting hit with shots that he didn't see coming. And, that's the thing. You can intimidate John Ruiz. Now, Roy Jones said he was the depleted fighter. This is after he retires and all, right? He said if Antonio Tarver tells the truth, he'll tell you he fought a depleted fighter. Yeah, let's take all the credit away from Antonio Tarver. Let's just bury him. He didn't do anything special. Roy Jones was just depleted, even though he fought for over a decade after that, right? But he says these things. Why? So your memories of him losing would be answered by, oh, well, that's why he lost, because he wasn't the same. What do you think Deontay Wilder is telling you about his losses? Nobody beat me because they were better than me. There were things that wasn't right with me. One of the things that's not right with him is his delusion. The dude is telling you he wants to fight Anthony Joshua. He'll knock him out. Okay, cool. This is why the fight needs to happen, so all the bullshit can just be put to rest. But he talked a lot of shit about Tyson Fury. Saw the motherfucker bomb squad. It's good seeing him. What do black people got against black people? It was good to see Fury. Why? Same guy you talking about, you gonna expose him and all this shit, got a documentary coming out, and all this stuff, right? But it's a hatred towards AJ. I think that hatred, as he gets closer to the ring, should this fight really happen, psychologically, him thinking about what he has to do and need to do, him thinking about the type of money he need, him thinking about what happens if he loses, if he wins, what does he go from here, all that. And I think by the time he gets in that ring, he feels different. He's not going to really know why, but he's not feeling the same. And basically, he's desperate. His fans done gassed him up. He wants to try to be impressive. And he's not going to realize that AJ can see that right hand coming from a mile away. And then all of a sudden, everybody's telling him how he's going to hurt AJ when he hit him. But he's getting hit by AJ and like, oh, what happened? Damn, I got punched. Till he gets knocked out and really get hurt. You see how much Roy was getting knocked out? One punch by Journeyman. And think, Roy was once a great fighter. There was never anything great about Wilder. He just had a right hand. Fought mediocre competition. And fought in the era of heavyweights. That was really. So now, not only is he telling people he'll knock out Anthony Joshua, but he also says that, Usyk was scared to fight him. Usyk outed him because he know I'm a threat. So now Usyk everybody's scared of Wilder, right? Listen here, y'all. Wilder seemed like a good old country boy that try to act tough when he get in front of a camera. Like it's not really even him. Let's just be thinking about something. If I got a problem with a motherfucker, right? Let's say me and Wilder gonna fight. And I see this motherfucker and I wanna confront him. And I have no respect for him. If I have no respect for him and I'm approaching him, that means my approach is gonna be disrespectful. What I'm not going to do is see this motherfucker and go, hey, man, let's do it. Let's make it happen, man. He a bitch. If I'm going to call him a bitch, I'm going to say it right to his face. That's what I'm going to do. You know what that reminds me of, man? Y'all seen Black Dynamite? The militants turned startled. Remember that shit? Remember he walked over there? Remember they was talking shit and Black Dynamite told him you need to shut the fuck up when grown folks is talking. Remember he told him? Huh? When your so-called revolution starts, you call me. I'll be on the front line showing you how it's done. Right? But until then, you need to shut the fuck up when grown folks is talking. Dude looked at Black Dynamite and said, I'm sorry. Remember, Shaheed came out, took the bullet, looked at it, they walked away. What did the dude say after Black Dynamite walked away? I was going to fuck him up. That's what Wilder did the other day. That's pretty much what that was. I'm not going to call him a bitch to his face. But I'm going to say it when I walk away. Not even for him to hear it. He's talking to the guy he's walking with. You bitch. Right. Now, I don't know, like I said, what AJ plans are. And I don't really know, who he's training for, what the preparation is for. I do know Fury got a fight coming up. And like I said in my last video, that's a much bigger fight. But I really don't think, in all honesty, I don't think that Wilder, not only do I think he won't beat Anthony Joshua, but I don't think that Deontay Wilder is really on anybody's, like anybody who really understands boxing and is honest, that's really, that they're looking at him like he's no real threat to anybody. I seen, when I watched this fight, I said, man, this shit looks terrible. It looked just like I thought it would look. But that's what he needed. Once again, Tiro Gotti, Mickey Ward, oh yeah, they hit each other with everything. Too stupid to slip punches, don't know how to slip punches, right there to be hit. Floyd never fought nobody like that, that aggression, yeah, right. Look what happened when he got in there with Floyd. The shit wasn't even close. But everybody made Gotti and Mickey Ward sound like they were just the most incredible fighters ever. Let's not forget also, Mickey Ward fought against Zab Judah when Zab was on the come up and Zab beat him. But see, if you go by the fight, like right now, people do reaction videos in this era. If right now you took Mickey Ward and Arturo Gotti fights and had people sit and watch, these motherfuckers, right? With no information about anything else, just let them watch them too. I guarantee you they'll go, yo, that dude would have gave Floyd trouble, that dude would have gave Ray Leonard trouble, don't do, right? Because they're looking at the bloodbath. See, guys like Burt Sugar, when he was around, guys like Max Kellerman, guys like Teddy Atlas, see, Joe Tessitore, see, they love to try to make somebody out to be some monster or make somebody be more than human. The eye test and common sense, the understanding of what you're watching. A lot of people don't know how to connect those together. Deontay Wilder versus Derek Chisora. A lot of missed punches, a lot of sloppy wild punches. No footwork. Don't know where you're supposed to be in the ring. Positioned the wrong way, throw counter punches, all this shit. There to be hit, easy to be hit. Sloppy fight. And y'all call this shit fight of the decade, fight of the year, fight of the century, fight of... Really? All of this hype that people try to use to build up someone or something, it just lets the fans down when it comes into fruition. And what you thought was going to happen, it doesn't even come remotely close to that. What would your excuses be after Anthony Joshua knocked this man out? What excuses are y'all going to come on y'all channels and say after he gets his ass kicked? You see, this next era of heavyweights, Moses Atama, Agit Kabayel, Daniel Dubois. I guess you can throw Philip Urkovic in there. I guess you can throw him in there. I don't know where to place Jared Anderson. Somewhere in the bottom. But this guy, there's another guy, I can't remember, he's a French guy, I don't remember his name. He's an up and coming guy. He looks pretty good, I don't remember his name though. But my point is, there are no superstars. None of these guys, Moses is on his way. But he's not in a pool of superstars, like people that's just, big draws and, when they fight, everybody want to watch and they're selling out a ring. That's not what's happening right now. If Deontay Wilder was to get in there with any one of them, I would put every one of them over him. The only one he might get lucky and beat, maybe, and that's only because he might, if he can catch him, because the way this dude fought Bacoli was so stupid. But the only one he might get lucky and beat is Jared Anderson, maybe. In fact, if Martin Bacoli would take better care of himself, just take his training serious, he'd knock Wilder out and early. Why? He don't move. He stand in one spot, which means Wilder has to come close. But Wilder's going to be on the back foot. That's too much size, too much weight. Wilder too light in the ass, man. And Wilder don't know how to fight backing up at all. So when he's moving backwards and trying to set up that bullshit right hand, I can see Bacoli countering him, and Bacoli goes head and body quick. See, but you're not going to see these fights. So no matter what he sit here and tell you guys about who you want this guy, he'll fight that guy, no. This is why now he's calling AJ's name. Because if he really wants to fight, he knows, I don't want to lose this lottery ticket. He doesn't want to risk losing to somebody else and then his money fight gone. Because there's nobody else outside of AJ and outside of Usyk that he's going to fight and make that kind of money. I mean, I don't see a reason for Jake Paul, after getting his ass knocked out like he did, I don't see a reason for Jake Paul to want to get in there again with another heavyweight. But Wilder, Wilder knows what he's doing, y'all. He knows what he's saying. And he knows that y'all are gullible. I'm going to leave y'all with this. I don't care what fighters say to each other and about each other. I'm only focused on what happens in the ring. But when you can't call a man a bitch to his face, that makes you a bitch. And talking shit doesn't mean you're going to back it up in the ring. This era is all about blah, 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 blah. Not showing proof. Unimpressed by talking about a man behind his back. You don't call a man a bitch after you walk away. And not, first of all, you're not even saying it to him. What does that make you? What does that make you? The fact that you said it about him to the guy next to you. But in front of him, you didn't say that. All you said was, yeah, this nigga happy, let's do it. That's all he said. And y'all want to gas him up and make it like, oh, he stepped to him. That's what you call stepping to somebody. You ever hear somebody say, like, you ever see something like this happen? Yeah, man, like this. The other day, I was trying to figure out what's up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I saw you put my hand up when you ain't speak. I'm like, you probably don't recognize who I am or something. But, yeah, nah, man, I wouldn't never say nothing like that about you, man. Man, we don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you, we always got along, Yeah, all right, hey, look, good seeing you, though. All right, yeah, man, it was a misunderstanding. Later on. Yeah, so what happened with you and... Oh, man, yeah, man. I told that nigga, I was like, hey, yo, nigga, like, when you put my hand up, you ain't speak. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, nigga, fuck, like, you got a problem, nigga? Like, you didn't say all of that. Stop it. Your tone wasn't even like that, and you wasn't even. You was out here dapping the dude up, smiling and trying to stop. You was trying to bring peace. You didn't want no smoke. See, that's that type of mentality, man. And we know Wilder has always done that in the past. You see somebody in person and it's all smiles and everything is cool, but then somehow later on it's a problem. When he's behind closed doors, I seen the fear in his eyes and this and that. So what happened to all that when they was sitting up there the night that they was having that press conference? Because when it was him versus Parker, you know, and AJ and you know, Wale. It's good seeing him, you know, seeing him tonight. Seeing him, it's good to see him, man, to be in the room with him. What happened to all that? Then all of a sudden now, he's a bitch. You know, I don't care about his personal opinion, but yeah, that's some bitch shit right there. See, this generation ain't like mine, because I'd have been like, yo, why you call him a bitch now? Why you ain't say it when you was in front of him? Yeah, because that make you like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get these contracts right. Let's get some term sheets up. Let's go send an offer. Simple. Mr. Must See TV. Everybody always tell me, man, boss ain't the same without you, man. We need, but yet you turn around and say that people don't want to fight you, people treating you wrong, and y'all. We're men. We're not supposed to be all emotional like that. We're not supposed to sit here and be all worried and, you know, man, he ain't shake my hand. Yo, he talking mean to me. He don't want to be my friend. Nah. That's not how you handle problems, bro. If this fight happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But the truth of the matter is, he need to get this work just for the simple fact that all his fans gonna sit there and cross their fingers and wish on a star just to watch him get knocked the fuck out. And they're gonna make more excuses. And what you think gonna happen when Deontay Wilder just steps away from boxing for good and realize it's all over now? I did all of this. And I don't care nothing about no Hall of Fame. I don't care about any of that. That ain't my. I don't care about all that. That's for them to worry about. But I did all of this, and I went there and I lost all my major fights. Couldn't beat AJ. Couldn't beat Fury. Couldn't beat Zhang. Couldn't beat Parker. All I was able to beat was C- and C+ fighters. D+ and D-. And let's be real. Luis Ortiz and me, C+. C+. Yeah. Romain Stavern, D. Yeah. A D. Chris Arreola, C-. Yeah, C-. You see, one-dimensional fighters, you can put them in certain fights and they impress you a little bit because you're looking at, oh, okay, he's doing this, then they get there with a fighter that's a B- or B+, and you see, like, damn, he didn't even fight an A+ or A- guy. Look at him. You can see they get exposed for, what they can't do. You see what happens. However it goes. But I know he don't want to risk getting that ass whooped because he risks losing that money. It's not so much he want to fight AJ. It's the money he's after. So it don't matter who it was. It's the money. If he get $50 million, if he could get $50 million fighting Adam fucking 22, he'd fight him for that. It's not the competition, it's the money he needs. And y'all going to help him walk right into an ass whooping. But some fighters need that. But that was cowardly. Call a man a bitch after you walk away. What's all this animosity? But again, it's the same dude talking about blackness all the time. Something about AJ that makes him jealous. Something about AJ It ain't got nothing to do with no negotiation. That's bullshit. It's something more personal. And whatever that is, you can take it to his grave. You don't have to ever say what it is. But I see it's far more than just an AJ thing, man. A business thing or whatever. Especially when y'all the ones who came with a fake $50 million offer. But it is what it is, y'all. Don't let Derek Chisora get your ass kicked by a much better fighter. That's all I got for y'all right now. Catch y'all on the next video.